I bring to you two names and two stories that have a common thread of investigation. In fact, one is of Bollywood denying that there is something rotten within them, and the other is of lawmakers who are in total denial about their own hooliganism. On the debate number one tonight, I will bring to you three exclusive chats that leave at least 4 Bollywood A-listers completely exposed. These Bollywood celebrities are going to be now summoned by the Narcotics Control Bureau. They have evidence and they have some questions that they need to ask these A-listers. I will give you the name in just a few seconds from now. But ladies and gentlemen, as always, I never come without proof, without evidence. I'm not in the habit of putting out names when I don't have enough evidence to back it up. When I put out the name of Sara Ali Khan and Rakulpreet Singh, I was targeted and I was questioned for one thing, that I've tried to defame these individuals. Well, today and even earlier, it is the Narcotics Control Bureau which has confirmed not just Sara Ali Khan, but Shraddha Kapoor will be summoned this week, and Rakulpreet Singh's name is also in the list for these summons. But tonight, I want to show you a few chats, and these chats will disclose to you, ladies and gentlemen, the names. You must have seen the names D, K doing the rounds on social media and various channels. Today, I'm going to give you proof of who these names of D and K are all about. And as I told you, I never do it without evidence. So on your screens right now, you have these chats, and look at this. Right here in this green chat is the name with D. This is the name, ladies and gentlemen, and let me expand it some more for you. This is the WhatsApp chat that is between Deepika Padukone. Deepika Padukone, her WhatsApp chat, we've removed the number for her own privacy, but Deepika Padukone's chat is with Jaya Saha. Jaya Saha, who is somebody who was at the Narcotics Control Bureau this morning, and she has been summoned again tomorrow. And Jaya Saha's conversations with Deepika are part of some investigation, names also taken by Jaya Saha. Deepika Padukone, that's the D that most channels are talking about, but they don't have this evidence that I'm showing you. This is the evidence that has come out. Deepika Padukone mentioned right here, and her chat now with Karishma. K stands for Karishma, and this is the chat that both of them are having, in which Deepika Padukone says, and it's a red chat, where she's asking, where she's chatting with Karishma, and she says, K, mal you have? And K responds to Deepika saying, I have, but at home I'm in Bandra. So K obviously doesn't live in not live in Bandra, but she is in Bandra, and she says my mal is at home. And then Deepika Padukone is also going to get the next message from K. Karishma, who is an employee of Quan. Quan is a talent management company, and she says, I can ask Amit if you want. So this is the chat number one, where this is Karishma chatting with Deepika Padukone, and I can show you the name of Deepika Padukone right here. Deepika Padukone's chat, which has been accessed by the Narcotics Control Bureau. And in this, Deepika Padukone talking to Karishma, and she's talking about mal. Now, let's go to the next chat, because in this chat, you will see what is the mal that they are referring to. And let me show you. She says, should I ask Amit? And Deepika Padukone responds to her and says, yes, yes. Deepika Padukone tells Karishma, this is yes, I need it from Amit. And then she says, please. This is please, and this is coming from Deepika Padukone. Deepika Padukone telling her please, status is red, and then Karishma responds to her and says Amit he is carrying it. So Amit is somebody who carries this. Who is this Amit is something the Narcotics Control Bureau wants to know. And she says, can I tell Amit? And she says, yes, please. And look at the please that has been spelled here by Deepika Padukone in her message to Karishma. And then it is the chat number 3. And in the chat number 3, she says, yes, hash. And Deepika Padukone reads this message, yes, hash, status red, and then she says, what time are you coming to Coco? No, in fact, Deepika Padukone asks her in the previous chat that, do you have, she asks her, hash na, this is what Deepika Padukone is asking. So the mal that they are talking about is hash na, and then Deepika Padukone says, I like hash, I don't like weed. So Karishma tells her in the next chat that yes, hash, it's not weed, it is hash. And Deepika Padukone reads this, and then she says, what time are you coming to Coco? Karishma asks Deepika Padukone, what time are you coming to Coco? This is at 10:14 at night on 28th of October 2017 that this chat is happening. And then she says, what time are you coming to Coco? And Deepika then says 11:30, 12ish. And then they say, till what time is Shal there? So who is this Shal is a question that the Narcotics Control Bureau wants to ask Deepika Padukone, because they are trying to get together a list of all suppliers, drug peddlers, and Shal and Amit and Karishma, all of them are going to be questioned. And then Karishma says, I think she said 11:30 because she needs to be at the other place by 12. So these are the conversations, but the big story that we are bringing to you is in these chats, it is D for Deepika Padukone, and of course she's chatting with the Karishma. Some say she's her stylist, but she's an employee of Quan, is what we are being told by the Narcotics Control Bureau. So the biggest A-lister coming out, and that is Deepika Padukone. And can we have the pictures of Deepika Padukone and the graphics to put these chats out for context? The biggest name coming out excuse me, from the Bollywood A-listers, and this really is the big breaking story we are bringing to you on the News Hour tonight, the smoking gun and Deepika Padukone. Can I also break to you the big story about how Deepika Padukone is going to be summoned by the Narcotics Control Bureau this week? Yes, ladies and gentlemen, Deepika Padukone is going to be summoned by the Narcotics Control Bureau this week itself. So this is not part of any speculation. This is not part of any he said, she said. These are evidences of chats that we put out. Mal you have, and I have, but at home I'm in Bandra, and this is the chat between Deepika Padukone and Karishma, who's an employee of Quan. This is the A-lister number one that we are getting for you, and you know Deepika Padukone is the topmost actor at this point in Bollywood, or at least among the top actors in Bollywood. And when the entire Bollywood came out and said, why are you troubling us? Why are you singling Bollywood out? I want to just tell them that this is not about accusing anyone. The question really here is that these chats are being looked at by the Narcotics Control Bureau so as to see who are these people who are providing this kind of contraband substance. Amit, Shal is another person, and then of course Karishma, where is she sourcing it from? And Deepika Padukone, when she is summoned by the Narcotics Control Bureau, she will be asked, Amit, Karishma are people that she's sourcing these contraband substances from. Who are the others? Has she done it from others in the past? And who are these names that exist? So Deepika Padukone, A-lister number 1, named right here with evidence, and that's the name on the chats. Deepika Padukone speaking to Karishma, and that's the big breaking news coming to you. And Deepika Padukone will be summoned this week by the Narcotics Control Bureau. So ladies and gentlemen, the legitimate question on the news hour is just one. Will B-Town sympathizers still be in denial about the prevalent use of drugs in Bollywood? That's the question and the debate. Bollywood drug list coming up on the other side.